Right, welcome back. Hopefully this should work. We're gonna go live with RUSLAN.
Now? Yeah.
RUSLAN!
Yeah.
Now where have you gone? There you are, you're back.
Yeah. Yeah. Hi, man.
Turn yourself up the other way, pal.
Ah, you want me to turn it? Okay.
Yeah, so we're all like, look at it. So we're like on top
I'm
of each other.
sitting on my chair.
Sweet. Привет.
Oh, you learned this word. Good.
Salah, Harashul, Spasiba. My Russian, it's okay. So, how are you, Ruslan?
I'm good. I'm good. 2 months without pool, actually one of the biggest break in all my career for last 18 years. But last week my friend invited me to his country house, so I played for 4 days. So it was great.
Yeah, it's nice to have the break, right?
Not really. I'm tired of it already.
You want to play?
Yeah, I started wanting to play maybe after 2 weeks. I've been in quarantine straight after I arrived from US.
Oh, no, Italy. You would have been from Italy, right?
No, I've been in Italy, then we flew with me and Fedor to the US. We played a Vegas tournament.
Okay,
And
yeah, you
then,
did.
and then flew back, but we had to put ourselves for 2 weeks quarantine because we came from US. So after this quarantine, I'm already wanted to play. But then self-isolation starts in Russia, so 1 more month we are sitting at homes.
And they've got lions roaming the street, right?
Yeah. They actually, the police even stopped the running people even in the morning because you're not allowed to go out.
Crazy. It's
Yeah,
like,
and they find the penalties. Unbelievable.
yeah, wow. Better to be safe than sorry, right?
Yeah, for sure.
For sure, for sure. So, Ruslan, 28 from Russia, Moscow, and nicknamed Siberian Express.
Yeah,
At one point was the kid, right? Just the kid.
yeah, because I always been taller than the rest of the players, even when they were older than me, like 10, 15 years. And then the kid in Russia, we have a lot of synonyms to the word of kid, and it sounds much better because they call me more like not like a kid, like a child. I've been taller, but I still was younger than all of them.
Right.
But we spend a lot of time on the tournament, like after the tournament, like dinner, small beer party with Daryl Peach, and all the time when he getting a little bit drunk, they always call me Siberian Express.
The Siberian
So then I
Express.
just turned it. Yeah, because it's probably the main thing the foreigners knows about Russia, Siberia, right?
But that and the good-looking women, really,
Yeah, of course.
for sure. So your pool career, like it's been topsy-turvy, right? Up and down.
Yeah, a lot.
You played your first tournament at the age of 13 in 2005, the Russian Pool Championships, right?
Actually, I started play billiard when I was 8 or 9, and I started from Russian Pyramid. It's a little bit different game. It's a table snooker size. The balls are bigger, and the game is absolutely different. So I started at age of 9, and when I was 10 years old, I won the Russian championships in that game.
Wow, crazy, right?
Yeah. If you have, if you can search, you can just search in Google Russian pyramid and see the pictures. It's like 15 white balls and one color like a cue ball. Yeah, totally different game.
I've seen bits and bobs of it, like it's crazy. It looks crazy anyway. Like the ball barely fits. So
yeah, I started playing pool. I mean, 80% pool when I moved to Moscow at age 12.
Yeah, and then like your first like pool tournament, like American pool, at like 13 in 2005. Yeah, the Russian pool champion.
No. When I was 11 in 2003, I'm already been on the Youth European Championships in Hungary.
I give up with AZB.
Yeah. Just ask, but you can you can
Okay.
try to explain.
Okay, so go on then. Let's talk about your first couple of events then, like how you got into the pool and how your early career started.
Uh, yeah, like I said, I started from Russian pyramid, and I hit the like good victories pretty fast. So the people from my home city, its name is Petrozavodsk, it's pretty not far from St. Petersburg, like 300-400 kilometers. So my parents understood at that time that, like everybody from the pool hall, that I'm probably gonna get a good future in billiard because I was successful pretty fast. After 1 year, I won national championship. After 1 year from the time I first time take the cue. So it's, and I still like the youngest winner until now, at 10 years old. So yeah, I started play Russian pyramid, and then actually at the same time I played the youth Russian championships in pool as well, because I won the tournament in January, and it was in springtime, the pool tournament. So I finished second in that tournament. I lost the final, and the Lev is our director for the long time, like pool director. He invited me to the European Youth Championships. So I played the first time in 2003 in Hungary. I probably didn't win. Maybe I won 1 match or 2, but it was the first time international visit for me, international tournament also for the first time. So plus I am 11 years old, so it was like a journey trip for me. Nothing special.
Yeah,
I didn't know, and of course I didn't know nothing about pool. I mean,
opened your eyes, right? So what you could
absolutely
achieve.
different, absolutely different instead of I saw before. Yeah, it was a surprise. 2004, I skipped the year because of a couple of problems in my home city with the federation. So, and 2004, also in summertime, end of summer, my parents and me, we moved to Moscow. And the only guy I knew at that time, it was Lev, because we met like year before in the Russian Youth Championships. And he was like one of the owners of the pool hall. It was like 2 Russian pyramid tables and like 17 pool tables.
Right,
so because I didn't know nobody there for practice, and my family didn't have money for like even for my practice time, because it was difficult to move to Moscow. And actually I didn't have any options, so I started playing pool.
Yeah. So Squash commented, I didn't want to, just in case, but do you want to just move your camera down a bit so we can see your full? Like, there you go. Now we can see you properly. I was wondering if you was just hiding your mask. So,
no.
So 2004, you moved to Moscow, and a year later, after playing predominantly American pool, you're 13 years of age, and you win the Russian pool championships, right?
Yeah, something like this.
Well, I'm going, 13, winning the Russian pool championships. Was that for all ages or just youths? It doesn't specify.
No. I started to play all ages already, like my division, because in 2004 I finished second in a straight pool, and 2005, I actually don't remember, 2005 or 2006, I won the first time.
Russian pool championships.
Yeah.
Crazy, right? That's a pretty good start to your career. I don't know how many good Russian players there were back then, but even still at 13, you know.
In that time, it wasn't so many pool players, especially the young ones, in pool in total, because all of the people, all of the players, they prefer Russian pyramid. So, for example, in the Russian pyramid in that time, the Russian championships is around 150 participants, but the pool tournament is about 30 or 40.
Oh, wow.
That was a huge difference, because, like I said, pool wasn't popular that much in that time.
Yeah. So and then 2016, 2006, sorry,
Yeah.
16. You won your first Kremlin Cup, right?
Yeah, it was a different name, but yeah, it's like a first Gremlin Cup. I beat Tony Drago in the final.
You beat Tony, Big Tony.
Yeah, and he had a great joke at that time. Don't you watch Rocky 4? Ivan Drago against yeah, he told me I am Drago. Yeah, you're like a small Rocky. Yeah.
small chubby Rocky, because back then
Yeah.
he was
Can I
heavy,
smoke?
right?
Is it okay?
Sorry.
Is it okay if I smoke? Oh no.
Yeah, do what you want. Yeah, do what you
Okay.
want. You're at home. Do what you want.
If I do what I want, probably people doesn't want to look at it.
The red wine comes out, and don't worry about it.
No, I don't drink.
You don't drink still?
Don't drink again.
Still. Well done. Good for you. So, 2006, and then 2007, you made your first semi-final of a Euro Tour, losing to Imran.
Yeah.
In the Netherlands Open, right?
Yeah, but I think it was 2006 as well, no? No?
No. You must have lost a year. You must have been drinking a lot back then.
No, in that time I
was
was
the whole year.
it was a fun time in that tournament because the Konstantin Stepanov, he was ranked #1 in the Euro Tours, and he lost in the last 32 first match. And then I played Daryl Peach, I played Ralph Souquet, and one more match. If any one of these players beat me, they jump over Stepanov, and Stepanov don't get the spot for the Mosconi Cup. So I ran them all, and then I played Imran. Yeah, I was leading 7-2 probably, and it was the rules like we played like three breaks each, not alternate, like 3 breaks alternate, and like it was pretty often at that time 7-2. Like a top gear, and then a couple of misses, and I couldn't push my speed down, so I continued missing, and Imran, like it should be, he just started to use my mistakes and started playing better and better. So that was my stupid fault, but I did a lot of stupid things. Whatever.
You were 17, do you know what I mean? Like, it's not much.
No, in that time I was 15.
15?
Yeah.
2007? Okay, maybe.
I'm 1992 born.
Yeah, Christ, yeah. So you're still very, very young. It's crazy.
Unbelievable. No, I'm almost 30, and I have a great hair already. Yeah, unbelievable.
Like you have 2 years.
Almost, yeah.
Almost. So, 2008. Did you do anything in 2008? I can't find. 2008. Yes. Nothing. Nothing into very little. No wins anyway.
I don't know. Probably Russian Championship, something like this.
With only 30 players, not worth worrying.
Yeah.
2009 was probably your breakout year. At just 17, you won the WPA Junior 9-ball championships, right?
Yeah. We played in Nicaragua. Great country.
Great country, yeah? You enjoyed yourself?
Yeah, it's unbelievable. It's only they have a lake with no salty water, and they have sharks there. That's only the place in the world they have sharks. It's in the like river water.
Okay.
It's funny. And I played a British guy, Phil Bufford. We played him twice. We shared the room together, and we played the final. It was fun, yeah.
You beat Phil, and lucky because Phil was supposed to be like the next best thing out of Britain, really.
We played twice. We played the quarterfinal because it was like double elimination till the end. We played the quarterfinal. He won all his matches on the loser side, and I got the hot seat on the winner side. So we played like twice in this tournament.
Your camera's rising and rising. We're losing you.
Because I took it. I tried to put it. Maybe it's getting better. Give me a second.
Let's have a proper look at the Siberian Express. There he is, in all his glory.
You see me or no?
Yeah, that's much better. So
yeah, because when I watch on the camera, it looks like I'm like here.
Yeah. No, we can see you now. We can see you properly now. So 2019, your first World Championship, albeit a junior one. That must have
not 2019. 2009,
2009. That must have been like a big thing for you, like although you've had steady results, to win a world title kind of must spur you on, really.
Yeah. Yeah, because in that time I don't know, but 2008 I played my first World Youth Championship, but before that, just a week before, I broke my arm. Actually, that's what happened. 2008, I won the Russian Championship with broken arm. That was fun. Right hand, yeah, I played the left hand all the tournament.
You played left-handed and won the tournament.
Yeah, because it was crazy. I was so prepared for the first World Youth Championship at that time, and I broke my arm like 2 weeks before this, and the doctor said that I need to use gips for 3 weeks, and it was like fully this. So I just got really upset about it maybe one day, and then I came and started practice with the left hand, 10-12 hours a day, and I did like 79 in straight pull, like five in a row, 8 ball, 6 in a row, 9 ball. So yeah, it was crazy. It was a time when I was enjoyed to practice.
So you could give John Moore a game with your wrong hand, right?
No, not anymore.
No, he said, I don't want none of that.
I didn't play that good.
Don't want none of that. Okay, so 2010, you made the semi-final of the WPA 10 ball.
And also in 2009, I finished second in the European Championships. I lost against Nick Vandenberg in the EC 9-8.
Crazy. This is my research has been poor today. You lost. Go on then, talk us through it. Go ahead. 2009.
I was leading in that match. Then he came back. It was a good match actually, and 8-8. He ran out a pretty good wreck, and at that time it was his first EC victory in 9 ball, because before I thought he lost. I don't remember finals or quarterfinals. All the time he lost to his buddy Niels Fine.
Yeah.
And that time, I won against Niels. Yeah, I won against Niels in a semi-final and probably semi-final. Don't remember. And lost 9-8 against Nick. And I was invited to the. It happens only one, pretty similar to Mosconi. It was Europe versus Asia. So we flew five of European players to Brunei, Kingdom of Brunei. So we played January next year after this.
Lovely. Is that 2009 finished, you think?
Yeah, I think 2009 it was the main stuff. I won the Russian Championship.
You won the Russian Championship from 2003 to 2020. That's you. You've owned it.
No. I lost a couple of times, but anyways, I mean, just during the time, the national tournaments getting not that important anymore, because my life started like Stepanov before, and now a lot of young players, not pretty children, but younger than me a little bit. I mean, when you fly around the world all the time, and then you have to play against the guys which is even talk in your own language, and you play at home, the tournament getting, I mean, not that important, more like fun and relax. That's why. Plus, many years my level in Russia was pretty high, so I didn't need. I didn't have to show my top game to win the tournament. Now, in the last few years, everything changed, but before it was kind of not difficult to win at least once.
You could walk through it, right? Yeah. So 2010, you made the semi-final of the WPA 10 ball, losing to
Pearl Boys. I remember everything. I won the leg. I won the first game. In the second game, the last stride before the 8 was skid a little bit. So I just missed. So the ball stuck in the pocket. He win the game 1-1, and then I came to the table with a score 8-1, raised to 11. He made everything. He made like 2 rails, banks, and stuff. I don't know. He played his best on that tournament.
But he didn't win it, right? Or did he win it? Did he win it?
No. I finished third. I'm talking about semis. Yeah, I lost 11-1.
Yeah, but Boise didn't even win it, right? He comes second.
No, he won. He won against. It's only the world championship he won. He's your friend. You just talked to him, and you forgot that he won.
He's not my friend. He's not. He's a guy I know, but he's not my friend. I don't really speak to Carl.
In the final, he was leading like 12-7. The 12-12, Niels broke dry, and Carl cleaned the table.
Okay. See that you know.
I didn't see it, but I remember. I mean, in the talks.
You were drowning your sorrows somewhere, right?
Yeah, but it was funny. I played the semi, and I was thinking about, if I'm going to the final, I need to change my flight ticket and stay one more day in Arab Emirates. No good. Better fly today. So what? Yeah, I was on the chair all the game. So.
Fair enough. Darren's just put up. What about the World 8 Ball in 2010?
Yeah. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. It says 10 ball. I give up with Wikipedia. I swear to God, I'm going to start using AZB. But they spelled your name wrong on AZB. So when I looked for you, I couldn't find you. I just thought they'd written you off. So I was like, sugar. I've only got Wikipedia. But anyway, such is life.
And actually, we split the third place with Darren in 8 ball. Yeah, he lost the wheels. Yeah, because they asked us to play for the third place. It was like $2,000 money difference, but we decided both third place. That's it. But he got the medal because they had only one medal. They gave it to him. I don't have a medal for my third place.
You don't have a medal?
No, only money.
You probably want to do a deal against the Brits at 8 ball anyway, right? Like for sure. So. Where do we go from 2010, pal? What do you reckon? Because, I
don't really remember all these years, but 2010. So it was the age of 18. Yeah, straight after the World 8 Ball, the military took me.
Right. That explains the gap in your career.
We finished the tournament probably end of March or like beginning of April. So end of April, I went to Army. I thought it's supposed to be for me like a special offer with the help of Olympic Committee and stuff. They told me I'm gonna spend there maybe a couple of days, and then they change. I don't know how to say. They just put me in a different part of Army, so I can stay at home, keep playing pool, but in the documents it looks like I'm still like a sport Army. But it didn't go in this way. I spent 2.5 months in a normal Army. I mean, I saw my parents once, and every day I was waiting when they take me off from there. Yeah, it's pretty boring. You do nothing.
Army camp, Russian Army camp. Stuff like that.
Yeah, so after 2.5 months in the end of June, I get back home, and I got a spot for the World 9 Ball in that time. But I was like in love in that time, first time, first love and stuff. So I just skip it. I took a vacation, flew to Turkey. I mean, it was
nice Russian girl.
In that time. It was pretty important for me with the pool to continue practicing, but because nobody told me right things in that time, I just like lose 1 or 2 years because of
maybe more by the looks of your career.
I didn't do really smart things, and nobody told me, unfortunately.
Yeah, you're probably unlucky because there probably wasn't a Russian, like a top-tier Russian ahead of you, right? Are you probably the best Russian before Fedor and stuff like that, the young guys coming through? Like,
but I cannot say nothing about myself. But I mean, titles probably say this, yeah, because during my career, most of the victories, it's like I did like the first. Yeah,
Yeah.
I did it like first guy who did it.
So you didn't have like a say like an older statesman like Darren looking over you, telling you where you're going wrong, what to do, get to the practice table. Girls will still be there next year. Do you know what I mean?
I always guess.
Put the bottle of red wine down.
I always guess to have this guy during my career, but I had a coach only when I've been at my home city before age of 12. He gave me everything like a technique, game style, the way of thinking. But I don't know how it possible because I was like 10, and probably I wasn't. I understand and learn pretty fast, but I didn't think a lot about what I'm doing. I just take the cue and I really understand what he means, and I just can repeat it.
Yeah.
And after this, I never had a coach, so I did myself. I was growing from gambling all the time. Doesn't matter where, doesn't matter how much. I mean,
gamble, right?
as much as I have in my pocket. Yeah, and then of course many people just help me a little bit. Exercises. I mean, Jovan Rusvik, Alex Lely, they started visit Russia, like summer camps and stuff. So I started learning from there a little bit, plus a little bit, like always.
Yeah, so you always have to strive to be better, right? So, but being on the road and stuff, it's hard to kind of, if you've got yourself stuck in a mindset where gambling, drinking, having fun, holidays, enjoying it, it's easy to not improve, not go to the next level, and kind of just waste your talent, right?
That's for sure, but I understood it pretty late. I mean, I feel like Darren told me in a US Open, we were sitting in a Q-Master pool hall, and Jeremy Jones asked me how old I am. I said I'm 27. I was 27. I have a birthday in January. And Darren turned me, fuck man, I thought you were 35. Or, but come on, because they see me for the long time, because I started travel when I was 14. I almost traveled 15 years, like every tournament, most of the top tournaments. Yeah, and just because I didn't have a guy who can help me, and probably I don't use my brain in the right way, so I waste a lot of time. Yeah, for sure. But like always, the bad things keeps on me much easier than the good things. To go to the wrong way, it's pretty easy,
Yeah, of course. The dark path is easy to take.
Especially for me.
And for me. And for me. Don't worry about it. But that being said, you've had some great, 2017 was probably your best year, best year to date. The Europol Championships and the Euro Tour Dutch Open, the WPS, that was a really good year for you, 2017, right?
Yeah, it was a great tournament. First tournament Darren Nepleton made, and it was the great rules. The first tournament, it actually was the first tournament I played with a really perfect rules. Nothing guarantee. Long races, not easy game. I mean, if you really have advantage in one point of many, you can really see it during the long set, because it was outside box breaking, 8-ball, wreck your own, no magic wreck, and you take what you make on the break. So you don't have an option, and except if you make like one strike, one solid, so you have the rest. So many amazing runs during the game. So the Chris made against Mika, not this tournament, maybe another one, for sure another one. But I mean, the runs like Chris did, so many of them, and you can see how the people's mind works during this tough positions. Yeah, a lot of creativity. A lot of creativity.
Just seeing crazy finishes, like like you've had a smoke and you're just seeing everything crazy. Do you know what I mean? So, but that was not only just probably the best set of rules. Like you had like 200 players and like the cream of the crop, right?
Yeah, 120, 126. It was a maximum 128, but yeah, it was 126 or 127, almost full field.
Okay, I thought down to it was more, but yeah, like the best of the best and 8-ball as well. Like you have to use your head. You can't like rotation's fun. 8-ball, 9-ball, 10-ball, but like at least the game kind of dictates what you have to do, right? You have to get from the 1 to the 2 to the 3, but
Yeah.
8-ball kind of you got to use your head a bit. And Darren's took it and made it better, I think. So
That's for sure. That's the game everybody was enjoying. That's what I know. Everybody was always upset when they make like 2-3 solids on the break and you don't see the next shot. But in the end, this game really shows how you can run, how you can think, and
pushes you.
I don't think that I played or I understand the 8-ball better than other players, but I think my break was much better at that time. So I thought, I don't know, I can count by my fingers how many dry breaks I made during all the tournament. So every set I did like 4 or 5 games in a row. I played Carl Boys on that tournament also. I was losing like 5 games away, like 11-6 or like 12-7, and then I jumped over like in one turn because of the break.
Yeah, like if you can spot that rock, like, and leave yourself a shot on, you know, pretty much everything, then you're going to give yourself the best chance, right?
Yeah, yeah.
You know, just kill that white in the middle and pray to God and pray that you've got no clusters, right?
Yeah.
So, but so like it's obvious that you're pretty good at the old 8-ball, but straight pull, man, jeez, you love the straight pull, huh?
Yeah, I practice a lot. I practice because I just like the game and it helps my stroke, so that's why I practice it. But like I said, in the straight pull Derby City Classic, which is I won the same year.
You had 2, right?
Yeah, I got into the last 8 with a high run 99. To be honest with you, like 2 years ago, it's like 3-4 days in a row. The players, $100, they have like 12 innings to show your high run. So they put on the desk you're in the top 8 after a few days. They're going through to the like tournament, single elimination till the final, right? And I made it with a run of 99. And 2 years ago, the 8th place was with the run 179. Can you imagine? Yeah, and the top one was like 270 something. Probably Joshua Filler was the highest run, 273 or something. I mean, number 8, 179. And that time we've been with the Fyodor Gorst on the Derby. I asked him, "Do you want to try straight pull?" He said, "I can't. My maximum 170 and the lowest one 179." Yeah, it was fun.
Oh, but like you literally went 150 and out, 150 and out, 150 and out like last year, right? What was the year before?
It was not there. Yeah, American straight pull.
American straight pull though, like you went 150, 150, 150, right?
Not that good. We played with the first match of single elimination. I played John Schmidt, and we actually didn't show really good match. We made like 5-6 innings each, but I finally won. And then I showed a great game. Even for myself, I was surprised. So I played Maximilian Lefner in the quarterfinal. I broke. He made 14 or 28. Then scratch on the break. I did 150. So I going through to the semi, and I played the semi against Albin Ocean, and he made in the quarter 151 because he started from -1. Yeah, he broke. I made 141 miss, so he missed after probably 9-10 balls. So I finished. And the final against Alex Pagulayan, I made 99 safe and 76. We played 175 in the final. Yeah, it was
I watched some of that American straight ball. You looked like you was in good stroke.
Yeah, I showed my best straight on that time. I don't know how, but I did.
It doesn't matter how. Like I think if you play enough, you're going to play well eventually, right?
Yeah, but I practiced like 2 months before the tournament because I understood that it helps to my stroke and my game. And I had a record like 203 balls. And during a week before I leave to US from Russia, I broke my record like 3 times in 1 week. Like I made over 200 breaks like 3 times in a week. So I was pretty ready to play straight ball for the long week.
Yeah, like Darren said to me a couple of years ago, like straight ball is really good for you, like your all-round game, like everything. You got your short strokes, your power strokes. When you're going through the stack position, carrots, billiards. You know, it's really great practice for your all-round game. So I got into it, but I'm still no good. I'm still no good.
You have to try.
So yeah, of course. Like I've had a little go, but that kind of could bring us on to really your 2020. Probably your best result in 2020 was kind of, you know, you're the second person to ever beat me in a European event, like a big ranking event. So that's probably the highlight of your career, or maybe just 2020, right?
Yeah, it definitely moved me forward for sure.
Yeah, yeah. Have you ever played anyone in a big ranking event and they've had to borrow your jump cue?
I don't remember this.
No.
But I'm okay
You're a
with
nice
it.
guy. You gave it straight up. You thought, this guy can't win anyway. He may as well have a go.
It's okay. It's okay with me. I'm always like this. I never can say no if I can do something.
Of course, of course. You have to be nice, right? Be nice to be nice, and hopefully it comes around.
It pays back. Yeah, it pays back for sure.
Karma, for sure, for sure. So earlier we touched on your gambling. You like to gamble, right?
Yeah.
Like some big sets, like pool, snooker, whatever. Do you have any?
Well, I mean, yeah, the game in snooker. I know what you're talking about. It's a little bit different.
No, I didn't bring that up. I know you do it. I know you do it.
Yeah, I mean, I like it because when I started play, and the people which was the best in a city, they didn't want to show me like drills or the new stuff. They always told me, play for some money and you're gonna learn faster.
Yeah, of course.
And then when I started playing money, like it was really small money, maybe I don't know, $3-4 a game, but it was pretty good for me. If I win, I have more money in my pocket than my like schoolmates and stuff. I can get more. And yeah, and then I understood that when you play for money and when you lose and you have to give the money out of your pocket, you really put you under the pressure and in a concentration mode much faster because you don't want to lose your money.
No, I was the same as a child. £5 a rack, £5 a rack. You know, I was the richest kid in school. You know, it's what you want, huh?
Yeah. So that's how I was learning. But I have a bad stories as well because when the young guy, we just have no job, and the youth tournament, they don't pay money for the victories. So when I felt the money, which is I can win, gambling, I started gambling everywhere and against everybody. So I have a couple of stories, when I spot the guy which is almost my level, but I gave him a handicap unbelievable huge because I didn't know him, and I lose the money, and I had no money in my pockets that time. I always guess and win. Yeah, that was a bad part of my life. I was young and stupid. Yeah, they just took away my cues and said, before you give me money, you don't get your cues back.
For sure.
And a guy from Moscow, he actually, because of a couple of times, this situation happened in a row, like with the different guys, but the same shit. He called to the most of pool halls in Moscow and asked the owners to give me a black card. Don't get me in there because and they took my cue. And then I called to this guy, give me some money. I gotta get my cues back, and then I just give it back during the time. So yeah, that's how it was when I was really young.
Christ. So what's your biggest American pool cash game that you've played so far?
Actually, against Oscar Dominguez.
Against Oscar?
Yeah, it was a 3 days event. We played best of 5 sets, race to 25, 10 ball. But if it's hill, race to 27. So I won the first. We played 30 grands plus side bets, 30 grands each. And first day I was leading 2-0 by sets. In the second day, the first set in the second day, I was leading like 17-12, raised to 25, and probably started thinking about winning. I mean, kind of easy, 3-0, huge match. I just lost my mind, and he jumped over. He won the third set. He won the fourth set, also easy because I was broke. I mean, my mind. Yeah, 2-2, and everything went to the third day, and I raced to 27. Yeah, and somehow I got back in the game on the third day. So I was losing in the beginning, maybe 5-1, 6-1, and then I just jumped over pretty much, like 16-7, and then we finished the game with like 9 or 10 games difference. But it was a great match, and if Oscar gonna see it, he remember it. It was a great feeling, and a lot of people was message us, text us, about the game. They will enjoy, really. It was a good match.
Where was it played?
Huh?
Where was it played?
We played at his place. We played at Los Angeles, but I don't remember the name of pool hall. But it was like his pool hall. He was playing there, but we came there 2 days before, so I had a time to practice on table. It was okay. It was a good diamond table.
Cool. Do you have any more?
It was. You asked about the biggest game. It was the biggest.
Okay. Any others? Any other big games, or just that bit?
No, it was, in this amount of money, it was the biggest, and it was actually the first game, which is I didn't bet, so the people.
Okay, you didn't have a bet. You just took a percentage.
I bet like 30%, but it was the first time I didn't cover all my bet. So all my life before this match, I always bet my own money. Because it's absolutely different feelings when you play someone else's money or you play your own. Like I told you, when you don't want to pay out of your pocket and you think about it during the match, so it's absolutely different pressure.
Yeah, it's a different pressure though, but like you don't want to lose your stake horse's money either, for sure. Like a lot of people.
Of course, I agree. I played the thing because we kind of.
I've played for my own money. Sorry.
Yeah.
I've played for my own money, and I've played with my money and stake horse money. And I actually preferred playing with just my own money because I didn't like losing my friends' money more than I'd like losing my own. Does that make sense?
Yeah, of course it makes sense. But before I came to America and saw how it goes there, I was thinking the same. But in there, when you look at the stake horses and the players, it's like a business routine, It's like gambling, like I don't know, any bet company. Yeah, they bet, they lose, they win. It's like a routine, But before I saw it, I still thinking like you said. But when you spend a lot of time in America, you think about it a little bit different way.
Now, what sort of percentage would you take from your stake horses? Do you have a set percentage? So say I'm your stake horse.
Yeah.
I have $1,000.
Yeah.
You win $2,000. What do I give you?
It all depends. It's like personal always.
There's no set price?
No, it's like average 30% to the player.
Yeah, it's expensive. Because really, you and Oscar.
For example, I play 3 matches, right?
Yeah.
I win 1. For example, I win 1. I win 2. I lose 1, right?
Wiped out.
So it's still plus for the stake horse, right?
Barely. But the problem is you're only ever 50-50 in these matches, right? You're not going to get a match where you're 1-3 favourite.
That's another way, which is you don't know probably, but this is the work for stake horses to find me the game.
Of course.
I mean, if they put me, the player understands the game a little bit, but there are many players which just can gamble, but they don't play the tournament. So if I don't spend enough time in America, I just don't know most of the players, right? So I cannot say how much spot I can give them. But the stake horses, if they put me in the wrong game, they supposed to be ready that I lose.
Yeah, what I'm saying is, how many games are you going to get where you're 1-3 favourite? Like, you shouldn't happen, really. Like, the only games you should get are where you're like, you have a slight edge either way.
Yeah.
Top level, like, there should be a very small edge.
That's for sure. Or you play with a handicap, so it's a little bit different game. If I spot, so I'm like, from the beginning I'm better player, so I spot you. That's always a little bit easier game for the players instead of play the player your level.
Yeah, of course. You can give them a spot, make them feel good.
Yeah, at least
still have.
When you spot someone, you take your chair and you think that he gonna miss, and you know that he gonna miss. But when you play even game, you sit on the chair and you don't know when your opponent gonna miss.
For sure.
So the 50-50 game is not, the stake horses are not really like, or they trust in you like more than you deserve sometimes.
Yeah, for sure. That's right. It makes sense. Like I wouldn't be like hugely confident in backing one of you big boys against another one of the big boys. It just seems silly because you're going to charge me 30%. You're going to rake it when it's a 50-50 game. It's crazy. But
it's only if the fake horses want to see the fight, against really top players. Like Denis Arkulia played Shane, like Chan Junling played Shane. Like these games, when the people want to see fight, or it will be like pay-per-view match, so they can.
These pay-per-view matches aren't to be trusted, are they? Let's be serious. They're not to be trusted.
Yeah, it's always a question. Yeah.
How many times has a pay-per-view match been advertised for $20,000 and all they've done is cut up the pay-per-view money? Like seriously, it happens, right?
Know. Yeah, it
happens.
It can be. It's a business also, but other ways. I mean, where else you can see the match against Denis and Shane race to 100 during this game? During 3 days, and probably like the best.
I'm not saying that match, by the way. I'm not saying that match. But
no. I mean, it was a Jason show against Shane. It was. I mean, many matches like this. Some of them are really with a high stake money on there, but some of them like low, and they're guessing on pay-per-view, money.
I would rather it be open and honest, and if it's an exhibition match and you're just carving up the pay-per-view, just say it. Do you know what I mean? Like, otherwise it's false advertising.
Yeah, it's always a lot of questions about it, but I mean, except maybe 10, 20 or 100 people, you will never find the truth. Whatever. They're going to play the game. You will see the level. They're going to try to beat because it's like a principal match. But finally, how much they bet, who can tell you?
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, it's always between stake horses.
For sure. Talking about bets, so Mark's actually in the chat. Snooker match, Ruslan.
Yeah.
But you're sober now. You don't drink. Like, you've got a chance, right?
Oh, no. I'm sober. I guarantee I have no chance.
No chance?
Especially because he he started play snooker much again. How can I beat snooker player in snooker?
Yeah,
but I probably have a good chance in Russian pyramid. So it's a point of thinking.
what about Chinese 8-ball?
I never played. I never even shoot the one ball.
I don't think he has either. So
I wanted to go since it starts, but it always hit the pool tournament, so I had no chance to go there. I always need to lose like one of the pool tournaments and go play China. Plus, they don't. They always make an offer, like even if you lose in the first or second day, you still have to stay there for 10 days during all tournament goes, because they cover your trip, like maybe 75% or everything. And it's difficult because like all top players, they know about the schedule. Sometimes you cannot lose 10 days, do nothing.
Right.
Because you have another tournament in another couple of hours or couple of days. So if you lose, you just go and try to be prepared for the next one. We play 30, 35 tournaments a year. You cannot just spend 2 weeks doing nothing, especially if you lose.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, so obviously they had the Euro Tour Chinese 8-ball, but then they banned you lot from playing it, which is crazy, right?
Yeah, this is politics already.
It's crazy.
We cannot do nothing with this.
Q Sport players should just be. There's so little money in it. Just let people. If you're the best promoter in the world, just promote your event, and the players will turn up. You can't ban people from playing one Q Sport to another, or one.
It's small money for the players, but nobody knows how much money for the organizers. So I think a little bit more than for the players. So they just do it. Yeah, of course, nobody agree with this, but you cannot do nothing unless your all top players are all together, and it's not possible because 50% of the top players are sponsored by federations and stuff. They don't care what's going on. Yeah, they get paid, they get covered all their trips. What reason for them talk too much? They can lose it.
Rock the boat. Yeah, they don't want to rock the boat, right?
And it's only the way, all together or no one. It's not possible to be like 70% of the top players. So if you lose 70%, 30% still in it, no chances. Together or no one.
Yeah, it's a shame, right? But Matchroom are doing good things, right? Like, you was close, like getting into the Mosconi Cup, like couple of years. And
yeah, but it was like few years in a row. After the first half year, I was like pretty close, like in top 3, top 5. And the second half, because like I told you before, the dark part.
The dark part, yeah.
So the second half of the year, I always was like going pretty bad. Yeah, and the last year I was clear all year, so I did a good average result. Still, didn't get enough. So I'm pretty sure I just didn't do the best. I just did maybe 80%. So I just had that 20%, which is I need to work on in that time. But it's okay. It was a good move, and I saw what can I do without dark part. Without dark part.
Yeah, of course. So now, like, all you really need is COVID-19 to go away and get one solid year in, no dark paths, lots of practice, and you should be able to put yourself in good stead for like more Matchroom events, Moscow.
Yeah, I still believe that I have a time.
Of course,
before retired.
You're young, right? You're even younger than me.
Yeah, unbelievable. How is it possible? Yeah, but he looks better than me. That's it. Yeah, already like 50.
I'm 30.
Yeah, you're lucky. You say I cannot get a hairdress for far.
That's why I had to shave mine off. I was like combing it over to get rid of all these bald spots.
Yeah.
No good, Ruslan. It's no good. So, kind of, what's your aspirations? Do you have aspirations, or do you just take it every day as it comes?
Once again, sorry.
So, like, what do you aspire to do? Or do you just kind of take every day as it comes and what will be will be? Do you aspire to win the World 9 Ball? Do you aspire to win a US Open? What do you want the most?
No, now I have a little bit different targets. These targets was my main when I was younger, and I understood that it doesn't work like this. I mean, the target to do maximum every rec for myself is much better instead of get a target to win the title. Okay. Because when I started work like a couple of years ago, I started thinking about it and started work with the small steps. It pays back much faster. And then if you're doing right, I mean, everything comes. I mean, I won my first Euro Tour the same way. I won the European Championship same way. When I started concentrate on the small things, the bigger things
just happen.
That just happened, yeah.
Works out.
When you concentrate on the big stuff, on the big things, and you don't get it, you just can't find the mistake you made, because. Yeah. I mean, 99% you don't get it, so 99% you made a mistake. But how can you find it if your target was to win the title and you didn't do it?
Yeah. But here we have an expression: look after the pennies, and the pounds will also look after themselves. So look after the pennies, the small pennies, and the big pounds will look after themselves. So it's kind of it kind of resonates that look after the little things, and the big things will happen. So that kind of works, right?
Yeah. I think I'm right, because we were talking with my friend pretty long about it, and a lot of sports doing the same. I was surprised with the heavy lifting in Olympic Games. Heavy lifting when they for example, the first place on Olympic Games, the guy lift like 500 pounds, right? For example, and the guy which is finished fifth lift just 350 pounds, but he went there and he knew that his maximum 330 pounds. He just showed his best on that Olympic and he did 350. He's a winner, but he was sure he has no chance to win the Olympic Games. So in that part, we start thinking, and look, if every tournament I'm gonna come and show a little bit better level instead of I played last time on this tournament, that's fucking victory, right?
Yeah, yeah. Take the little victories. Every little victory is a.
And finally, it was a huge bump.
My man, some real talk there, Ruslan. Real talk, man talk.
Yeah, I'm not really. Yeah, I'm not really stupid. I can think sometimes. Not only joking. Not only joking.
Right? So, like, I have a minute and 35 seconds, so this is going to be very quick, right? Did Darren Apperton really carry you home in Greece when you was outright? He said he put you on his shoulders and he had to carry you home.
Yeah, probably he did it. We gotta ask Nick Malai. He remember that night.
We have to ask Nick.
I don't remember. I think I remember the time 5 years before it happens. But probably I trust them. When I've been in Greece that time, like I told you before, dark part. Oh goodness, it was unbelievable. One of the best holidays and time I spent with the good people there. But always finish the same, you know. Yeah, I have like a blue eye, something always like. I mean, everything happened.
Clothes, drunk.
Everything happened there. Yeah, miss a flight, everything. And finally, after all days, you open your wallet and it's like.
Nick cleared you out.
Yeah, well, it's always a good time.
It's been an absolute pleasure having you, buddy. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I wish you all the best in your career. Hopefully I beat you next time. Mad love. Spasiba.
Thank you. It was a good one. Continue.
Cheers, buddy.
I enjoy your interview. Bye. Take care.
Bye.